is be a patient listener. Not just be a good listener, but be a patient listener. If you want to win the game of life, you have to be a listener to start with. You have to be a good listener, right? If you're not a good listener, you're losing. You're leaving money on the table. You're not winning. Whatever you think you're winning, you're losing. There's a lot you're leaving on the table by not listening, right? Again, I'll say Peter Drucker says that the most important part of communication is being able to listen to what is not being said, not what is said. That applies everywhere you find yourself, whether with your wife, with your children, with your house up, with your siblings, with your own parents, in your church, with your pastor, with your friends, with your business partners, in the boardroom. It applies everywhere you find yourself. If you don't want to keep leaving money on the table, if you don't want to keep missing opportunities, make it an assignment, a duty, a responsibility to seek to listen to what is not being said. Because like we say, probably 20% of communication is verbal, right? There's a whole lot that's been said that is not verbal, right? That you can pick from the lips of the person. You can pick from the gesticulation of the person. You can pick from the eyes of the person. You can pick. You can pick for the environment and the vibe in there. There's a whole lot to what's going on than the words you're hearing, right? And sometimes it's not necessarily intentional deception. It's just the way the person is. Again, when we're talking about the hierarchy of communication, what you see is higher than what you hear, right? And so what you see is higher than what you hear. So the person might even be saying one thing, but what you're hearing is different, because what you see overrides what you hear, right? So it's important that you understand all of that. You understand that what you're seeing is not coloring what you're hearing in a way that you're missing what is meant to be said, right? Because if the person might be gesticulating one way, but is saying something different, right? You need to be able to then put the pieces together to get what you're supposed to take away from that meeting. And if you don't know, you can ask. That's what we call reflective listening, right? So being a good listener, it includes being a reflective listener, right? So we talk about being a good listener. We've talked about being a